Hello and welcome once again to the Hard Brexit scenario on Football Manager 2020. We're on to part 12. It's the 1st of January 2021. We're almost a year into the future. And we can see what has happened on this scenario where the UK has left UEFA and created its own Champions League and stuff like that. We'll start off by having a look at the World Awards. The awards across the world. So if we just head over to the world and have a look at the award winners. We'll start off with the World Golden Ball, seeing as it's there, with Mohamed Salah taking the crown, with Firmino in second and Ronaldo in third. Ronaldo dropping 2 places this season. Moving over to the Goalkeeper of the Year. Danny Ward of Leicester. Surprisingly has taken that award, with Rui Patricio of Wolves in second and Alisson of Liverpool in third, and all English top 3 in the World Goalkeeper of the Year. So pretty strong season for the English teams. Footballer of the Year. That's Roberto Firmino. He swapped places with Mohamed Salah and Lionel Messi taking third place. Cristiano Ronaldo not even making top 3. Under 21 Footballer of the Year. Just like with England, it went to Adam Idah of Norwich. Clearly he is a hot prospect and someone to keep an eye on in the future. World Player of the Year. Back to Mo Salah. He has swapped places with Roberto Firmino once again, with Cristiano Ronaldo taking third place. And finally, the World Team of the Year for 2020. It is Danny Ward in goal, a Leicester player in goal, with Alessandro Florenzi, Virgil van Dijk, Leonardo Bonucci and Alex Telles in defence. Midfield, well, 2 defensive midfielders of Donny van der Beek and Emi Buendia of Manchester United. The huge signing they made from Norwich City, and by huge I mean in price. And then in attacking midfield, Mo Salah, Roberto Firmino, Sadio Mane, basically the Liverpool front 3 with Cristiano Ronaldo just in front of them. The subs, Ederson, Aymeric Laporte, David Alaba, Bernardo Silva, Lionel Messi only making the subs bench, Kylian Mbappe and Harry Kane. That's a very attack-minded subs bench. Only 2 defenders. Right, so what has happened since the last video? Well, the Club World Cup has happened, so we'll have a quick look at the Club World Cup. Spoiler alert there with the winners. We'll go over to the group stage first, and we can see that Juventus and San, which I believe is, I can get a confirmation there, Santos, went through from Group A with Team Wellington and Kitchie not making the cut, although Team Wellington beat Kitchie, so well done to them, getting a win for OFC. In Group B, Bayern Munich were the only qualifiers, beating Roma not making it through, and Guangzhou in third, Pyramids in fourth. Finally, in Group C, Manchester City won the group, winning all 3 games, leaving Boca Juniors in second, Tigres in third, and ES Tunis in fourth. Heading over to the semi-finals. And you can see that Manchester City beat Santos 2-1 and Bayern Munich beat Juventus 3-1, getting revenge from the Champions League final, leaving us with a final match of Manchester City v Bayern Munich, played at the Tush Proeski National Arena in Skopje, and Manchester City won it 3-0. And if we want to have a look and see who the goal scorers were, Bernardo Silva, Pellegrini and Fernandinho. So, till next time for the Club World Cup. That's that. We also had the African Nations Cup finally happen. Gone onto the wrong one there. There we go. The 2019 ones finally happened in November 2020. So we'll have a quick run through those. Spoiler alert for the final there. So Group A, we had Morocco, Ivory Coast, Ghana. They all made it through. Burkina Faso came last. Group B, Senegal, Egypt, Algeria, and then Libya coming last. DR Congo, Tunisia, Tanzania and Rwanda. Rwanda not qualifying there. On Group D we had qualifiers in Cameroon, Guinea and Mozambique, with the Gambia finishing 4th and not making it through. And there was only 2 qualifiers in the other 2 groups. Zambia and Togo qualifying from Group E, with Mali and Congo not making it there. And in Group F, Benin and Uganda qualifying ahead of Malawi and Botswana. And in the second round, we can see there Morocco beat Ghana, Mozambique beat Tanzania, Cameroon beat Benin, Tunisia beat DR Congo, Algeria beat Togo, Egypt beat Zambia, Guinea beat Uganda, Senegal knocked out the Ivory Coast on penalties, all in the quarterfinals. Senegal beat Cameroon, Guinea beat Egypt, Morocco beat Tunisia, and Algeria knocked out Mozambique. Semi-finals, Algeria eliminated Senegal in what looks like a cracker of a match, and Morocco beat Guinea 2-0. And in the final, Algeria beat Morocco on penalties. So that was the African Nations Cup. We've had the draw for the first ever Brexit National Championship, which takes place in the summer of 2021, and we will have a special edition like we did with Euro 2020. We'll have a special edition looking at what happened in the tournament. We can see there Group A will be the British territories, Gibraltar and Wales. Group B, Bermuda, Northern Ireland, and Turks and Caicos Islands. Group C, Anguilla, Cayman Islands and England, while in Group D, British Virgin Islands, Montserrat and Scotland. I imagine the semi-finals will be Wales, Northern Ireland, England and Scotland, and if they're not, that will be very surprising. British territories actually getting a shot at international football there, something they don't do very often. And now, onto the Champions League. Not that. We go to there, scroll down, and we can see that the group stages of the Champions League have finished. Both of them, in fact, and we can see the draws for the first round. But let's see how the group stage is finished. Draw for the second round, sorry. The group stage is finished as follows. From Group A, Manchester United and Shrewsbury took the qualifying positions. Watford were the only qualifiers in Group B, Kilmarnock missing out. Group C, Tottenham and Oxford qualifying. Group D, Norwich and Crewe Alexandra. While in Group E we had 3 qualifiers, which were Bristol City, Cardiff City and Colchester United. Group F, we only had the one, Liverpool, Swindon missing out on goal difference clearly from the fact that Group E had 2 and they were on the same points as them. And Group G, Reading were the only qualifiers. Plymouth only were finishing 1 point behind most of the other qualifiers. Group H, we also had 3 qualifiers there. Nottingham Forest, Lincoln City and Luton Town. While in Group I, Bournemouth and Motherwell took the second round spots. Group J, Wolverhampton Wanderers and Swansea City qualified. Group K, Aberdeen and Newcastle. Newcastle undefeated, but still drew those 3 matches from the last video that we knew about anyway. 2-2 with Truro and 1-1 with Woking. Not good results really for Newcastle, if you think about it. In Group L, Brighton and Blackburn took the qualifying positions, while in Group M, Ipswich Town and Leeds United made it through. Group N, Leicester City and Rangers, the 2 obvious picks there. While in Group O, Stoke City and St Johnstone were qualifying in that group. Group P, we have Southampton and Hibernian making it through. And finally, Group Q, only one qualifier there, Derby County, 8 wins out of 8. Dundee only able to get 14 points, which was not enough to see them through into the second round. And we can see the second round draw now. And that is Motherwell versus Blackburn Rovers, Oxford United versus Swansea City, Colchester United v Aberdeen, Brighton and Hove Albion play Lincoln City, Tottenham Hotspur against Rangers, and weren't they in the same group? Can't remember. Either way, that's a pretty decent tie. Norwich City v Stoke City. Manchester United play Southampton. Leeds United are against Crewe Alexandra. Bristol City v AFC Bournemouth. Derby County v Newcastle United. That'll be a good game, as will the Man U Southampton one for that matter. And the next one, Wolverhampton Wanderers v Leicester City. That's going to be a cracking game. Watford play St Johnstone. Luton Town v Shrewsbury Town. Reading play Liverpool. Nottingham Forest against Ipswich Town. And finally, Cardiff City versus Hibernian. In the Empire League, it's a similar situation. We're into the second round and we can see who went through in the group stage. So we see Group A, Portsmouth and Chesterfield. Group B, Aston Villa and Crawley making it through. Group C, Arsenal obviously going through with Exeter City. While in Group D, Manchester City obviously qualifying with Ebbsfleet United. So well done to Ebbsfleet for making it through. Group E, Southend and Stranraer making it through. Stranraer, another surprise team that that's made it into the next round. Group F, we have Hamilton Academical and Cambridge United. While in Group G, MK Dons and Mansfield have qualified. Group H, Dundee United and Scunthorpe United are your qualifiers. Hang on, a bit of a sensitive mouse I've got on the new laptop. Yes, Dundee United and Scunthorpe United. While in Group I, 3 qualifiers, Rafe, St Mirren and TNS. Group J, Huddersfield Town and Alloa Athletic have made it through for a 2nd season in a row. Well done to them. Group K, Burnley and Macclesfield Town, another surprise qualifier. Although looking at the rest of the groups, you kind of think maybe it's not that much of a surprise actually. Group L, Sunderland and Stevenage. Group M, Heart of Midlothian and Forest Green Rovers. So well done to Forest Green, following up on a superb season last year. Group N, there's only 1 qualifier there, Celtic. While in Group O, there's only 1 qualifier in Everton. Group P, Burton are the only qualifier, so 3 groups there with only 1 qualifier. While finally in Group Q, Inverness, Caledonian Thistle and Larne, who I think maybe the only Northern Irish team to make it through. And we shall have a look now with the second round draw. Mansfield v St Mirren, Cambridge v Macclesfield, Scunthorpe v Sunderland, Arsenal play Ebbsfleet, TNS Burnley, MK Dons v Exeter, Aston Villa v Alloa Athletic, Dundee United v Inverness, Caledonian Thistle, Burton Albion v Stranraer, Man City play Hamilton, Forest Green play Celtic, Rafe v Portsmouth, Southend v Crawley, Huddersfield Town against Chesterfield, Hearts v Everton and Stevenage versus Larne. So a interesting looking draw there. I imagine it will be Arsenal versus Man City in the final. Moving on, the actual Champions League. We're quite far in the video already, aren't we? The European Champions League, UEFA Champions League, call it what you will. Champions Cup even, depends what if you're going by the copyright laws of the game. The groups finished as follows. We only have 1 game left to play on the last video, but we can see that Lyon and Salzburg qualified from Group A, Barcelona and Monaco from Group B, Real Madrid and Eintracht Frankfurt from Group C, Ajax and Inter Milan from Group D. Group E had Napoli and Borussia Dortmund, while in Group F, PSG and Juventus made it through. Amazingly, Juventus beat CSKA Moscow in the last game, and the thing they needed to happen, which was Bayern Munich losing to PSG in the final game, happened. So well done to Juventus. They've got still got a chance to retain their European crown. In Group G, Spartak Moscow and Dynamo Kiev made it through, and in Group H, Hoffenheim and Real San Sebastian, or Real Sociedad as they're actually known. In the second round, we see the draw now. Hoffenheim v Barcelona, Dynamo Kiev v Monaco, Napoli v Salzburg, PSG v Juventus. So they played in the group stage, now they've got to play in the second round as well. Ajax v Real Madrid, Real Sociedad v Spartak Moscow, Lyon v Borussia Dortmund and Inter Milan v Eintracht Frankfurt. So some decent ties there, especially the 2 middle ones, Paris Saint-Germain v Juventus and Ajax v Real Madrid. In the Europa League, Euro Cup, call it what you will. We can see that Juventus and Ferencváros qualified in Group A, AC Milan and Krasnodar from Group B, Dynamo Zagreb and Sparta Prague from Group C. Group D, we had Lazio and Schalke. Group E, Zenit and Malmo. Group F, Bayer Leverkusen and Shakhtar Donetsk. While in Group G, the holders Roma made it through with Freiburg. And in Group H, Olympiacos v CSKA Sofia. We'll just have a look and see what the big ties in the second round are there. Lazio Olympiacos right at the top is probably one of the ties of the round, as is maybe Zenit v Freiburg, maybe Krasnodar Schalke. Oh no, I know what the big tie is. The one at the bottom, AC Milan v Valencia. That is probably the biggest tie of the round. Roma v Malmo. Roma getting a chance to retain their crown, just like Juventus have. But it's not the same old story in the Euro Cup 2, because Inter Milan are in the Champions League, so a different team is going to win that one. We can see who made it through. Ashtragugu and Sumkayat of Azerbaijan made it in Group A. Group B, we had Shenshin of Slovakia and Maccabi Netanya. While in Group C, Espanyol, the obvious winners there, and Flamurteri of Albania. While in Group D, Konyaspor and Nantes, not winning the group, surprisingly. While in Group E, Rostov and Djurgardens are the teams that qualify. Group F, Vitoria Guimarães and Anderlecht. Group G, Werder Bremen and Fiorentina, we already knew they were going through anyway. And in Group H, LASK of Austria and Inter Turku of Finland. And we have a look at the second round draw there. The standout tie is probably Fiorentina against Vitoria Guimarães, while Werder Bremen have an away match against Maccabi Netanya. Espanyol play Konyaspor, possibly another hard game there. And Nantes are playing Astragugu. Right, so we've seen all the European competitions, we've seen what's happening in international football. Let's now see the English league, the important leagues, and sign off. So in Scotland, apologies to anyone outside of Glasgow, but I see that as the main league over there. We've had 2 months in. Have Rangers and Celtic caught up? Of course they haven't. I don't know why they can never catch up. Maybe it's because there's a lot of cup games, maybe. I don't know, but they are 5th and 6th respectively, Rangers and Celtic. Rangers have lost a game now, which means they probably played Celtic. Yeah, there it is. 3-1 away loss for Rangers there. But they're still ahead on goal difference. Top of the league though is Partick Thistle with 55 points, ahead on goal difference from Dumbarton, with BSC Glasgow and Queen's Park behind them. Rangers and Celtic with about 4 or 5 games in hand approximately, I'd say. In Wales, the 2 main ones there. Again, apologies for anyone from outside of South and West Glamorgan, but these are the 2 main ones I see. Got to the wrong one there. Those are the 2 main ones in my eyes. And don't worry, we will check out the rest of the leagues at a later date, probably around the end of the season, just to see who has won what. In the South Glamorgan Premier, Cardiff are 18 wins out of 18, 61 goals. They've not conceded yet this season. They have been doing rather well. All standard results, not had anything too major. Apart from apparently against Pontyclun where they've scored 7, but I don't know if that's 1 match or 2. But they're top. Clanwick Major and Barry in 2nd and 3rd respectively. West Glamorgan. Oh God, this is such a sensitive mouse on the new one. There we go. South Glamorgan. No, gone to South Glamorgan again. Right. West Glamorgan, Swansea, top, 16 wins out of 16, 47 goals scored. They have conceded, unlike Cardiff, but they did have a nice 7-0 win over Clydach recently. Port Talbot cementing their 2nd spot, but they're only 2 points clear of Neath, but they do have 3 games in hand, probably due to an Empire League run, although I don't think they made it to the next round. In England, actually, before we do that, let's have a look at the Cups, because we may be onto 1 page by now. Let's have a look at the Scottish Cups. Blimey. Still getting used to the sensitive mouse on the new laptop, so apologies for any random things. Yes, we are down to 1 page here, so we can see. Oh my God. There we go. So we can see there in the Scottish Cup, 6th round, Aberdeen, Motherwell, Rangers, Falkirk, Dundee United v Hibernian, Turf United are still in there against Alloa Athletic, the team with an Empire League run once again. Dunfermline against Kilmarnock, Ormiston, I don't actually know who they are, against Celtic of all teams. That's not a good draw for them. St Mirren against Dalbeattie Star, and Ross County playing Forfar. So there's your draw for the Scottish Cup. Yes, the Scottish Cup 6th round. And in Wales, we'll have a look at their cup draw as well. Won't go through the whole draw. Oh my God. Won't go through the whole draw here, but we can see some of the bigger ties. Connors Quay Youth playing Newport County. We've got Cardiff City playing Prestatyn. Port Talbot against Barla, which is two similar statured teams. Swansea are playing Carno, Clanillar are playing Wrexham, and Bangor City against Airbus UK. So some decent ties for the Welsh sides there. Now let's go to England and see how those 40 top tiers are doing. So in Bedfordshire, oh my god. There we go. In Bedfordshire, Luton are top, quite clear at the top there with 51 points, with Leighton in a distant second and Barton Rovers in third. While in Berkshire, Reading top by 3 points. At least there's a small gap there between them and Maidenhead in second. Bristol and Gloucestershire, Bristol City lead the way. They are 9 points clear of City rivals Bristol Rovers. They've got a game in hand, but I don't think they're going to catch Bristol City despite that game in hand. Forest Green and Cheltenham both in third and fourth with 30 points respectively. In Buckinghamshire, MK Dons 3 points clear of Wickham in second. While in Cambridgeshire, Cambridge are top on goal difference. 3 goals separates them and Peterborough, but Peterborough do have a game in hand and will probably take top spot if they win it. In Cheshire, we can see that Crewe are top. Another one where it's on goal difference ahead of Macclesfield, but there's no games in hand there. Just a goal difference lead at the top of the table. In Cornwall, Truro City are top, only four points clear. It's not like last season. They've been dropping points. It's not as easy as it was just yet. Need to turn down the sensitivity here. In Cumbria, Barrow. Another one where they're top on goal difference. This time 9 goals is the difference. No games in hand. They just lead Carlisle, and I think they've both lost one game to each other. Derby are top of the Derbyshire League, 10 points clear of Chesterfield, with Alfreton in third. While in Devon, Plymouth Argyle, they are top by a decent margin there. Not too many, but 7 points clear. Is that? No, is that not? Why am I struggling to find out? No, so it is 7 points clear of Exeter in second. They've won every game though. Dorset, Bournemouth, 16 out of 16. 100% record for them, 48 points. They are 11 clear of Weymouth in second. While in Durham, Hartlepool are top, 4 points clear of Stockton. And Hartlepool do have a game in hand, so they can extend their lead with a win there. In Exeter, Southend are top by 5 points, looking to claim the Essex Premier Division from Colchester, who are in second place. Greater London, this one has changed a bit from the last time we saw. We can see that Chelsea, top of the league with 45 points, 1 point clear of Arsenal, who have now lost a game. They lost to Charlton of all teams. That isn't a result I'd expect. But maybe Charlton have bolstered their ranks. The transfer window is open once again. We might, if anything interesting happens, we will let you know on the next edition. Spurs in third, Fulham fourth, Charlton in fifth, Palace all the way down in 10th there. That's not a good return for Palace. West Ham in 7th, and Met Police, they are bottom, but they've won a game now. They beat Dagenham and Redbridge 3-1, but they are only on 4 points. That's not too good. The other two promoted teams, Wolverhampton and Kingstonian, still outside of the relegation spots. In Greater Manchester, Manchester City have taken top spot from Manchester United. Man City managing to beat their noisy neighbours. Well, Man United managed to lose to their noisy neighbours. We all know which way it's supposed to be round. So they have taken top spot and looking to get back into that Brexit Champions League so they can get back in the Club World Cup maybe. I don't know if it's seen as a more interesting, more important competition now. If we go into the Hampshire and Isle of Wight Premier Division, we can see Southampton are top with that's 7 points clear of Eastleigh in second, Portsmouth in third, but Portsmouth do have games in hand and are only 1 point behind Eastleigh. So they'll probably overtake them eventually. In Herefordshire, well, let's see how big that gap is now. 23 points clear, Hereford are of Westfields. 15 out of 15. They're pretty much ruling the Herefordshire League at the moment. In Hertfordshire, Watford top. They've got a decent lead over Stevenage with Boreham Wood in third. While in Kent, Gillingham top, Dover second, Ebbsfleet third, all of them on 41 points, with Gillingham having a game in hand and also the lead on goal difference. Lancashire, one of the more interesting ones, as I say every time. Burnley, still top. They've got 46 points, 4 clear of Blackburn in second, and then there's a bit of a gap between them and Preston in third. So the title race looks like it's going to be between Burnley and last season's champions Blackburn. In Leicestershire and Rutland, yeah, that one looks pretty straightforward. Leicester 17 wins out of 17 and 57 goals scored. They are top of the league for a reason. Barwell in second. In Lincolnshire, Scunthorpe top by 2 points clear of Grimsby, and then an extra point clear of Lincoln in third. While in Merseyside, here is one you probably expected. Liverpool top of the league, 100% record, and yeah, they beat Everton in the Merseyside derby away 3-0. They've only conceded 1 goal, and that was against Longridge. Who? But Liverpool 3 points clear in the Merseyside Premier Division. In Norfolk, went too far there. Norfolk, Norwich are top, 100% record for them as well. Only 1 goal conceded, but they're still only 4 points clear of Kings Lynn. So it's not over just yet. In Northamptonshire, Northampton top, 9 points clear of Brackley in second. While in Northumberland, Morpeth are top, 5 points clear of the reigning champions, and they've got 2 games in hand. So Morpeth, they're having a good season so far, and they're unbeaten as well. So well done to them. Nottinghamshire, we can see Nottingham Forest are top by 7 points, clear of literal neighbours Notts County. The stadiums are pretty close to each other. Mansfield in third. Oxfordshire, we have Oxford United top, only 2 points clear of Oxford City, but they do have 3 games in hand, probably due to a Brexit Champions League run. I've gone back to Nottinghamshire there. In Shropshire, Shrewsbury have dropped down to second place, with AFC Telford taking a surprise top spot. TNS down in third, and TNS have they're about 6 points behind top spot AFC Telford. So there's all to play for in Shropshire. We could see a different team winning the title next season. In Somerset, Yeovil are back on top and 4 points clear of Bath City in second, while in Staffordshire, Stoke and Port Vale now are the top 2. Burton have capitulated in comparison to last season, dropping points to Leek and Hednesford, and losing to Stoke, although I think we already knew that. For God's sake. Suffolk, Ipswich, top with 20 wins out of 20, 4 points clear of Needham Market in second. While in Surrey, we have, again, the main team in the county, taking top spot with 100% record. Woking, 57 points, with Dorking in second on 52. Then a big jump to Alton and Hersham in third. In Sussex, Brighton and Hove Albion top. Not 100% record, but good enough to lead the way ahead of Crawley by 1 point. While in Tyne and Wear, Newcastle have got a 100% record. 15 wins out of 15, 52 goals scored, and only 1 conceded. And was that against anyone big? No, it was against Hebburn. They're always against someone small. Sunderland have a 1-0 loss to Newcastle. They're in second, and they have a game in hand, though, so they can get a little bit back. In Warwickshire, Stratford are back. I think they were back on top beforehand. They are top. They've only lost 1 game. That was to Nuneaton, but Nuneaton, who they've dropped points in draws to other teams, to Atherstone and Leamington. So while Nuneaton have managed to get their win over Stratford, they're not catching them. They are 7 points behind them. In fact, it's all going Pete Tong again for them again. In the West Midlands, it's tight at the top with Wolves top on 54, West Brom in second on 52, Aston Villa in third on 51, then Birmingham on 49, Coventry on 46. It's all quite close, but the big teams have all bunched up at the top again. While in Wiltshire, Swindon top on 51 points, 6 clear of Swindon Supermarine in second. Swindon do have a game in hand though, so they'll probably extend that lead once they play that game. In Worcestershire, Kidderminster are top with a 100% record, and they've got a decent lead, 11 points clear of Redditch in second. And finally, in the main top in the top divisions, Yorkshire. It's top 3 are the close ones. Leeds top on 50, the reigning champions, while Sheffield United and Huddersfield in second and third respectively, both with 48 points. Then we have Sheffield Wednesday in fourth on 41, and 39 points each for Hull, Barnsley and Bradford City. Middlesbrough in a disappointing 8th on 35 points. They've been fairly disappointing over the first 2 seasons. I'd have put them down as one of the favourites, Middlesbrough, but it's not going right for them just yet. But there's years to go. Pause if you want to see the lower divisions. I'm going to quickly run through these. I'm going to have a quick look at Greater London. Bromley, the relegated side there, clear at the top. I think we may be seeing them back in the Greater London Premier Division sooner rather than later. But yes, just quickly skip through them. As I said, pause if you want to have a look and see who won these, who are top of these leagues. Hopefully the picture's better now so you can see it clearly. Right, in the FA Cup, we'll take a look at the standout ties in the 6th round. And we can see that Leeds v Wolves is probably a big game. Liverpool already beating Reading 3-2 to make it to the 7th round. Chelsea beating Yeovil 5-0. Blackburn Sunderland's probably a decent tie there. Everton v Tweedmouth. So Everton have a decent draw. Should be making the next round pretty easily. Touch wood for them. Brighton v Barrow, similar situation. Norwich v Thame, or Tame. Still don't know how you pronounce it. Huddersfield have lost to Newcastle. We also have 2 decent ties at the bottom there. Aston Villa v Tottenham and Stoke v Arsenal. Now, 2 teams I'm missing there. That's Manchester United and Manchester City. So the 2 Manchester clubs appear to have been eliminated. If we get to it. So Manchester United were knocked out on penalties by Arsenal, and Manchester City knocked out on penalties by Everton. So we're going to have a different winner this season, a different team taking a spot in the Cup Winners' Cup for next season. And we take a quick flick through all the League Cups as well, to see how teams are doing. Again, pause if you want to see it, or if you want to have a proper look at it. I'm just going to skip through, maybe to Greater London, see how that one is looking. Spurs, Dagenham, Redbridge, Arsenal versus AFC Hayes or AFC Wimbledon, Charlton v West Ham, and Chelsea versus Brentford. So all the big teams are through there, apart from Palace, if you count them as a big team. I do. Man City are out of the League Cup in Greater Manchester as well. So it's not that good a season for them. They went out before the quarterfinals as well. That's why. There was a Manchester derby in the 2nd round, which saw Manchester City eliminated. And in the semi-finals, it's going to be Manchester United probably winning the whole thing. They've got Stockport, while Oldham play Rochdale. Moving on, we can see there all the other semi-finals. Merseyside, Liverpool, Everton, Tranmere v Marine. So Liverpool and Everton, either Liverpool or Everton are probably going to win that one. Or Tranmere, you never know. Or even Marine. But I imagine it'll probably be Liverpool or Everton. Going through a few more of these League Cups. Have Stratford annoyed Nuneaton again? No, they haven't. But they can. They've got 1 match left against Atherstone, and if they win that, they frustrate Nuneaton once more. I just see it as an interesting story on this particular game. In the West Midlands, Solihull Wolves v Coventry, Sporting Calcer v Wolves, Birmingham v West Brom, and Rushall v AFC Wolverines. Where's Aston Villa? Where's Coventry? There's some big teams missing from that quarter-final draw in Wiltshire, Worcestershire, and finally Yorkshire. Huddersfield, Harrogate, Hull v Garforth, Doncaster v Sheffield United, and Leeds v Middlesbrough. Again, there's a couple of teams missing there. No Sheffield Wednesday, and possibly someone else that I'm missing. Finally, leasing.com trophy. We can see the draw there for the 2nd round. There's quite a few teams in that, so there's no point focusing on anything just yet. We'll probably focus on that when it gets to the semis, maybe the final. And one last thing to look at on this video, and it's a completely it doesn't really matter at all that much, But in the British Indian Ocean Territory Champions Trophy, Peros Banhos have won it. It's the second trophy to be won in the season. So in Group A, Danger Island won Group A, Peros Banhos won Group B. The two teams met in the final. And we can see that Peros Banhos are the champions of the British Indian Ocean Territory. And that, I think, will do for this edition. So until then, until next time, where we'll skip another couple of months into the future and see, we'll have a proper look at some of the Welsh and Scottish leagues then, to see how they're doing. But until then, rock on, like and subscribe, and all that gubbins.